Hello and welcome to the Society's Candidates Presidential Hostels. With me are people who are hoping to be on it. One of them is hope. I'm guessing all of them are hoping to be one the winner and become your president for societies. I've got Ergun and I've got Veronica. But we've got 20 minutes to get to know who they are, their policies, and how they see the organization next year, by this time next year when they leave office. As usual, we've got a hashtag AUSA elections. Get your questions in and I'll reply. And I'll get them to reply more like me. Hello and welcome to the Society's Candidates Presidential. Sorry, as typical with AUSA, there's something going wrong. Yeah, as I was saying, I use the hashtag AUSA elections. Get your questions in and I'll reply. But as we've been doing with the other candidates and as we'll be doing to the end of this, we'll start off by giving each of the candidates 2 minutes to tell us exactly why they are running their policies. And then afterwards, with the other format, each of them will have 20 seconds to reply to each of the questions that you'll be sending in and the ones that has already been sent in. So I'll start with Veronica. Veronica, I'll give you 2 minutes to tell us why you are running and why we should vote for you.
Okay. First of all, hi, good evening, everyone. I have been involved in societies for 3 years now, and being part of a society and being part of a committee has absolutely changed my life at university into something positive. And I feel that I can give back all of the experience that I've gotten over the past couple of years. I'm now the president of the Politics and IR Society. I was the vice president last year. We won Society of the Year, which made us really, really happy. And I feel like I've gained a lot of insight into what societies do. I've also worked with Emma on a couple of things, and I just think that I want to continue improving the work that we do for students here at AUSA. And I have a couple of things on my manifesto that I think need to be emphasized, like promoting events more for students and providing a better platform for them to reach out to more students here on King's campus as well as in Forester Hill. Improve the membership sign-up system. That's something really dear to my heart because a lot of societies lost many members when this online system was introduced, and I think we should have a second option to that for students to sign up, paying in cash as well to the actual treasurer of the society. And bank accounts, very important issue, has been for years, but I think it's time to actually tackle this issue and try to help Laura, the society's administrator as well, to tackle this issue. And then I have this idea about having an open air music festival, which includes societies and student activities, because there's always a lot of emphasis on student activities, on societies, but student activities, students not being affiliated with AUSA, but still doing fantastic work outside of their university studies. And they need to have a platform as well to reach out to many students.
Thank you very much. Ergun, ask you the same question. Why should we vote for you and why places?
Okay, so for those of the people who don't know me, my name is Ergun. I've been also involved with societies since the beginning of university. Actually, I can consider the campus as my first home and flat as a second home. I've been mainly involved with dance society, been vice president, secretary, treasurer, and salsa tutor for 4 years, and I still continue my involvement. I've also been involved with Business Enterprise Society for 1 year, doing their marketing and event organizing. On top of that, this year I introduced my project, which I call our Dream Salsa Project. And within this project, I managed to reach more than 200 people, and thanks to university, they recognize my efforts with Star Award and Shell Student Engagement Awards. And the main things on my manifesto, actually, this year I'd like to introduce 3 things for those of the people who can't hear. 3 by number, okay. So main thing is I want to introduce what I call Societies League to make societies strive for better events and more quality events. And how this society league will work is every society will get points in the beginning of year, start from 0 points, and for every event they put on, they will get points according to those events. Those points will be represented on a table, and that table will be accessible by companies and clubs around Aberdeen, so they can see which societies are doing good, and they can sponsor those societies. And societies will also have a statistical report that they can keep track of. On top of it, I would like to introduce Societies Magazine instead of Societies Weekly, because recently Societies Weekly is actually Societies whenever I can do weekly. And so yeah, Societies Magazine, and monthly Societies Magazine.
Okay, so I'll stay with you.
Okay.
Actually, the first question. We've got a question from Alana. It says, do you think it's important to have experience as president of a society when running for society's president, and why?
I would like to quote.
We've got 20 seconds to start.
Okay, I would like to quote Mourinho for this. You don't need to be a horse to be a jockey. So I think that explains my answer.
Okay, what about you, Veronica?
I think it does, because being involved as a president, and our society was very big as well, or is still very big, taught me a lot of things. And as the society's president, I would have to work with the society's committee as well, and that's why I think a lot of things that I've worked on and learned through working with our committee this year and last year, and actually over the past 3 years, has taught me a lot.
I'll just stay with you. It says, I've got a question here that says that, what is the one thing you think would make our society's departments better?
The one thing our societies, I think the biggest problem we have right now is that we can't have more than 120 societies. There are so many ideas out there. There's so many people who want to set up societies but can't affiliate them officially with AUSA because we have a cap of 120 societies because we don't have the resources to have more.
Okay.
But I think this is something that we really need to tackle.
Okay. Sorry, Bruno. What about you? What do we do to make our society's departments better?
Start with understanding what's not working or what can work better, and work your way through the communication with all people, and create an awareness around the department. And I think if everyone works together, it can be much better. So promoting teamwork.
I'll just stay with Jürgen this time. How do we find out what is not working?
By starting questioning and asking people and looking previous experiences, and I don't know, and can be other ways, but mainly by keeping in contact with people.
Okay. With regard to this, I think you said something about the cup on the 120 societies.
Yeah.
We know that one of the reasons why the cup is there is because of our resources.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to do if we want to take away the cup? What are we going to do to make sure societies get the best out of what they need from AUSA?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the biggest problem why we have this cap right now is because we only have basically Laura working on so many societies, and because the banking system was changed, all of the time she invested into helping societies and working on societies has to be invested into the society's finance. So she's basically not even the society's advisor anymore, but the financial advisor. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to get Laura some help so that she can refocus what she works on.
Interesting. Guys, I'll just tell you guys straight away, we've got a hashtag going on, use AUSA elections, and the things that you would want more information on if we do not, due to the fact that we've got 20 minutes, means that we'll not be able to cover everything. But if you tweet to the candidate or Facebook them, it's Ergun and it's Veronica, they'll definitely reply. I've got some already existing questions. I'll stay with you, Veronica.
Yeah, sure.
It says that the cap on actually, we've already answered that question. It's the idea of the cap being controversial, so I'll go to this one that says that. How do you plan to work with a student activity group like the ASR, TV, etc.?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Gaudi, ASR, ASTV, they do fantastic things. I mean, I had a radio show with ASR 2 years ago, and it was fantastic. It was so much fun. My friends everywhere around the world tuned in. It doesn't matter where they were on the planet, they woke up. My parents woke up at 4 a.m. in the morning because they wanted to listen to my radio show, and things like that are just amazing.
Okay.
So that's why I think I need to work together and provide those committees with the help that they need.
Okay, Ergun, I'll give you 3 extra
Can I
seconds.
get 30 seconds?
I will give you 3 extra seconds
Okay,
as well.
can I
Sorry.
have the question again, please?
It's about, sorry, just go for it. It says, how do you plan to work with other student activity groups like the ASR TV, etc.?
I think this is not a plan, but this is something you already have to do anyway. And I've already been working with numerous student responsibilities, such as the Gaudi and student radio and association. So I think that's one of your mandatory responsibilities.
Okay. I'll just ask one more. I'll just stay with you, Ergun, and ask you,
Okay.
how are you going to balance yourself, or how do you balance yourself between being a president of societies, 120 societies, and being a president of student activities, one of the most very active activities, student activities?
We live in a multitasking world, and you always have to be flexible, and your character has always be able to deal with more than one situation at a time. So I think again, as a president, this is something you should already be capable of, and that's why you are running for it, in my opinion.
Thank you, Veronica. Same question to you.
No, I do actually agree with what Ergun said. The reason why we both sit here is because we like to engage
Yes.
and we like to do a lot of things. And I'm right now. I mean, we have the elections. Our society has the America trip in 2 weeks that I'm working on. I'm always working on 10 million projects, and the people who know me, they would agree with that.
Okay.
But I think it's important to recognize both of them and not
Yes.
favor anyone.
Okay,
and try
so
to
I'll stay with you, Veronica. Another general question says that it's often claimed that politics and the societies and student activities remit don't mix. What do you say to that? So making what's called the SSA less political and making it more student focused. As yes.
That's an interesting question. Our slogan of our society is neutral, as in the slogan, and I've always been neutral in the past 2 years being in the PIR society. I think it's important to make students aware of what's happening, but to not take sides. We're here to represent all the students,
Yes.
and not only one side or the other.
Okay.
So that's why I'm gonna try and be as neutral as possible if I get this role.
Okay, I'll start. Ergun, what about you?
Yeah, neutrality is always my policy as well, because I'm gonna give an example from my actually salsa classes. There are a very diverse range of races that come to our salsa classes, people from different races, and so far whoever came left very pleased and left feeling very welcoming and appreciated. So I believe neutrality is always the case in our position.
Okay. Thank you. Once again, keep your questions coming. The hashtag is AUSA elections. I'm going to take a couple of general AUSA questions.
General AUSA? Okay.
Yes, it's going to be fun. Don't worry. No one has stumbled upon it yet. So, which other officer role do you see yourself working with?
Welfare and equal opportunities.
Why?
Because I like to create welfare and equal opportunities to people. I always try to empower people with opportunities. Those people who know me right now, they are all of them in different places that then they started from. So I can, welfare and equal.
Okay. What about you, Veronica?
I think it would be two people. It would be charities, because volunteering right now is part of the charities president's role, but volunteering is also part of the student activities role. So that's why I think I need to work together with the charities president, either Rachel or Jenny, because we need to tackle those volunteering things together. And then also the student president,
Okay.
because there's a lot of change happening
Okay.
in the future, so I'd have to raise the voice for societies with the student president.
Okay. I'll stay with you. How do we engage people who are not engaged with societies or in outside in general, actually?
That's a really good question, and this is something that our society has been trying to think about as well a lot over the past couple of years. I think getting the information out there, what is happening everywhere on campus, because societies always have a small range of people that they reach out to when they have an event, but getting information out there,
Yes.
and not only having posters about the event in Butcher,
Okay.
but everywhere on campus and on Forest Hill too,
Okay.
because they're important students as well
Okay.
to be engaged.
Okay. I'll ask you the same question. I'll give you 5 extra seconds.
Okay, I
Okay.
believe
Sorry.
as societies, each societies are kind of tribes, and I will actually kind of see myself as a tribe leader and rule those societies as a tribe leader and create the sense of community as being a part of a tribe.
Mm-hmm.
And get any message when people are in tribes, it's easier to get the message around.
Okay. And I'll stay with you. Ergun, what is AUSA's strongest point?
Also, strongest point I can say campaigning and representation.
Can you elaborate on the campaigning?
Yes, I remember last year it was I think voting to be a member of NUS or not, and the campaign delivered was successful, and people voted to stay in NUS, which I was also in favor of. And
Okay. What about you, Veronica? What is AUSA's strongest point?
I think also strongest point is that they're trying to get students involved, and they're trying to make every single student's life at university more fun and more exciting and make it an amazing experience. And every single person that works for AUSA works on getting people happy and excited about living
Okay.
here in Aberdeen.
Okay. And we've got a question here. It says, do societies need the same prestige as sports? If so, how do you do it, especially from the university?
I mean, this is a really interesting point, because societies do compete, but not on the same level as sports.
Mhm.
They don't get so much coverage as sport. They don't get the same amount of funding as sport. They don't have the same resources as sports. I mean, we have Butchert and a couple of rooms around university, and sports has the advantage of having the sports village. So we'd have to work on providing the resources for the society so that they can grow and develop and and being more prestigious around the country.
Okay. I'll just give you the same exact amount of time. Go for it.
okay, so I think if you can see from my manifesto, I talked about the prestige and also the student league that I was talking about. I think in a way will start giving or making people realize that when there is a friendly amount of competition going on, prestige comes with it. So I think my society's league plan is one of the steps to give societies the prestige that they deserve for.
Okay, so I'm going to ask one specific question to each of you before I ask you to tell us your 3 things. So the first one we have is that from a student we've got that you were registered as a member of the Societies Union.
Sorry?
You were registered as a member of the Societies Union.
Yes.
So the question I have here is, you were elected on the Societies Union Committee this year. Since you haven't attended any of the meetings, could you please explain how you have contributed to the Societies Union Committee if you were elected?
I think Emma knows this because I emailed her. The meeting times...
It's not from Emma.
Okay, I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
even if it's not from Emma.
Yeah.
Yes, I was elected for a committee. However, all the meetings were during my lecture times, and I was always contributing through emails, and with the activities I'm doing as always, I don't think it created any negative effect on the committee. And if anyone wants to know more about how I contributed, they can come and ask me. I'll be happy to answer.
Okay. What about you? You missed the last AGM.
Yeah.
Is there a promise that will you take AUSA's endeavors serious?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The reason why I missed it is because I had to go to an awfully long opera with my best friend, who would literally have killed me if I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
because I missed her actual birthday. So Lily, happy birthday again to you. So yeah, but no, I will take it serious, and I've never ever missed any of our society events, for example.
Okay, great.
By the way, we would like to, me and Veronica would like to know who asked these questions. So.
I'll tell you the ones. If you're not controversial, I'll tell you who they're from.
That's that.
Okay, yeah, and one, you can send them questions on Facebook if you have any. I'll just ask you, give me 3 words that describe you. Only 3 words. Don't write me a dissertation. 3 words. Yeah.
I've done that this year. No
Yeah.
more dissertations.
Yeah.
No, I'm approachable.
Mm-hmm.
I am hardworking,
Yes.
and I am dedicated 100%.
Thank you very much. Okay. What about you, Elgrin? And don't give us a dance interpretation of that. Go for it. 3 words.
Oh yes, I would like to see that.
Yeah. Positive,
Mhm.
involved, and salsa.
Thank you very much. Once again, these are the 2 people running in your election, and they've got reopen nomination as well. So in case you don't like any of them, you can always reopen nomination on them. Yeah, and see you on the next one, the president's one. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.